Every relationship faces conflict, misunderstandings, disappointments, frustration. But the couples who grow through these challenges have one thing in common: emotional safety. Not perfect communication, not the absence of pain, but the ability to feel safe, even in hard moments. When you feel safe, you can be honest. You can be vulnerable. You can show the parts of yourself you usually hide, without fear of attack or abandonment. That's what emotional safety means. And that's where healing begins. Emotional safety doesn't mean there's never conflict. It doesn't mean you agree on everything, or that you never get upset. It means you can express your truth without being punished for it. It means your emotions are met with presence, not defensiveness. It means your partner doesn't use your vulnerability against you. You don't have to walk on eggshells. You don't have to hide what you feel. That's what makes safety feel like safety. If emotional safety is so essential, why do so many couples lack it? Because safety requires self-awareness. It requires regulation. Most people react before they reflect. We protect ourselves by shutting down or attacking. We defend instead of listening. Not because we're bad, but because we're scared. Scared of being rejected. Scared of being controlled. Scared of being hurt again. And so we react in ways that actually create the very disconnection we fear. When your nervous system senses threat, even a small one, like a sharp tone or a dismissive glance, it reacts. You fight, you flee, or you freeze. This is survival, not logic, not choice. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a partner's frustration and a real-life danger. So instead of connecting, you defend, or you shut down. That's why emotional safety isn't just nice to have, it's essential for your body to relax and for your heart to stay open. Without safety, every conversation feels risky. Even simple feedback sounds like criticism. Even small requests feel like demands. You second-guess your words. You hold back your needs. Over time, that emotional tension builds, and you begin to ask yourself, is it worth it to share how I really feel? Many people decide it's not, so they disconnect, not all at once, but little by little, until what's left isn't intimacy, but performance. Emotional unsafety doesn't always look loud. Sometimes it's invisible. Here are some signs. You avoid talking about certain topics. You feel anxious before bringing up a need. You hide your emotions to keep the peace. You feel criticized more than comforted. You fear being blamed for being honest. If you recognize these signs, it doesn't mean your relationship is doomed. It means your nervous system is trying to protect you, and your heart is longing for safety. You can't be honest without safety. Honesty requires risk. The risk of being misunderstood. The risk of being rejected. That's why so many people stay silent. But silence doesn't protect connection. It protects fear. In safe relationships, people speak without needing to defend. They can say, I felt hurt, without the other saying, well, that's your fault. Safety creates a space where emotions are welcomed, not judged. You don't have to be a therapist or an expert to make someone feel emotionally safe. You just have to practice a few simple skills. Listen without interrupting. Reflect instead of reacting. Validate, even if you disagree. Saying that makes sense does not mean you agree. It means you're human, and you're choosing connection over control. These small practices are how trust is rebuilt, moment by moment. Every adult carries a younger version of themselves inside, a child who was once hurt, shamed, or unseen. In conflict, that child often shows up. They don't need advice. They need gentleness. They need warmth. They need to know they're not about to be abandoned. Emotional safety isn't just for the couple you are today. It's for the child within you who never felt safe enough to say, this is how I feel. Emotional safety isn't built through perfect words. It's built in the moments after someone shares something vulnerable. Do you respond with, "Why are you so sensitive? You're overreacting"? Silence? Or do you say, "Thanks for telling me. That must have been hard. I'm here"? It's not what you say that makes people feel safe. It's how you respond when they risk being real with you. We all feel the urge to defend ourselves. "I didn't mean it that way." Well, you did the same thing. Defensiveness is normal, but it shuts the door on connection. When someone says, "That hurt me," they're not saying you're a bad person. They're saying, "This moment mattered to me." You don't have to agree to show care. You just have to stay open, even when it's uncomfortable. You don't need to get it right every time. You just need to repair when you get it wrong. Repair sounds like, "I didn't hear you well, and I'm sorry. Can we try that again? I didn't mean to dismiss you." Every time you repair, you tell your partner, "You matter more than being right." That message is the foundation of trust. Intimacy requires exposure, not just physical, but emotional. And no one can stay exposed for long without feeling safe. If your partner shuts down emotionally, it's not always rejection. It might be their nervous system saying, "I don't feel safe here." Instead of pushing harder, try asking gently, "What would help you feel safe enough to open up?" Emotional safety isn't built in grand gestures. It's built in the small, quiet moments. When you pause to listen without fixing. When you say, "Tell me more." When you stay calm even when you feel frustrated. These moments tell your partner, "You're safe here. I won't shame you for your emotions." And slowly, moment by moment, the fear begins to fade and connection starts to grow. Certain words can open hearts, not because they're magical, but because they show presence. Try saying, "That must have been painful. I hear what you're saying. I want to understand you better. You don't have to go through this alone." These phrases aren't complex, but they're powerful because they say, "You're not alone with this feeling." Maybe you're hearing this and thinking, "We lost that kind of safety long ago." That's okay. Emotional safety can be rebuilt, even if it's been shattered. Rebuilding starts with honesty. We're not where we want to be. Then humility. I want to do this differently. And then courage to try again, even if you're scared. Safety is a slow process, but it's always possible. Emotional safety isn't just something we receive. It's something we give. You can be the safe place for your partner's pain. You can be the voice that says, "I'm not going anywhere." You don't need to fix them. You just need to stay. Present, calm, willing. That kind of presence can heal what words cannot. When you feel safe, you stop reacting from fear and start responding with intention. You learn to stay in the room, even when it's hard. You grow out of defensiveness and into curiosity. You stop needing to win and start needing to connect. Emotional safety doesn't just change your relationship. It grows you into someone who's capable of deeper love. Your partner doesn't need you to be perfect. They need to know. You won't punish them for being vulnerable. You'll still be there when things get hard. You're willing to learn. When they trust that, they begin to soften, because safety unlocks softness, and softness is what makes love feel like love. Emotional safety is not created overnight, but it begins with one moment, one pause before reacting, one deep breath before speaking, one honest question. Did what I say just now feel safe to you? You don't need to change everything today. Just offer one moment of presence and watch what opens. Emotional safety is not optional. It is the ground on which everything else stands. Without it, there is no real intimacy, no healing, no growth. But with it, even old wounds can be softened. Even hard conversations can lead to closeness. In episode 4, we'll explore the role of shame and how it silently sabotages our ability to love and be loved. Until then, speak gently, listen deeply, and keep choosing safety, one moment at a time.